Hey YouTube, this is the Camping Couture, and this time we are heading to the Dupont State Recreational Forest in Cedar Mountain, North Carolina. We managed to visit a few cool spots here that we will take you through before settling in at our campsite for the night, so come along for the ride. One of the first places and my personal favorite that we went to was Hooker Falls and Triple Falls. Hooker Falls was a very short walk from the parking lot, which we loved. Our dog loved swimming in the fresh water, and the waterfalls were absolutely beautiful to take in. Then from the same parking spot as Hooker Falls, you can take a different path that's a little bit more challenging and longer to Triple Falls. This is a set of 3 different falls that have stopping points at each. Luckily we got there in the morning, so it wasn't too crowded, but towards the afternoon on a nice day, you can expect quite a few people there to take in the scenery. We would definitely recommend visiting these 2 waterfall sites if you happen to be in the Dupont Forest. Then on our way to our camping destination, we stopped alongside Bald Rock in Cleveland, South Carolina. This is a great lookout overseeing the forest. There's also a nice pull-off to park. However, I wouldn't recommend bringing your pets on this walk and wearing good shoes, as there were some areas of broken glass. This was definitely another busy touristy area, so make sure you get there at a decent time in the morning if you want a parking spot in the pull-off. After visiting Bald Rock, we drove through Table Rock State Park to get to Horse Pasture Road. It's definitely a good idea to check beforehand what gates are open, as some do close throughout the year, and we did run into some issues that rerouted us in other directions. Additionally, make sure you have a good map and navigator because there is minimal cell service.
right, guys, we finally got an open gate. Finally found one. So we came up Shooting Tree Ridge Trail, and we made it to Horse Pasture Road. So we're gonna eat a little snack, and we're gonna go check out the lookout. It's down right about there. It's a little trail that goes out over the lookout, looking over Lake Jocassee. And we're gonna finish up our snack and head down. All right, guys, as you can see, we made it. We're at Jumping Off Rock Lookout on Horse Pasture Road. We took kind of a long way in. There was a lot of gates that were closed, so but there are ways around them, you know. So if you do come across the closed gate, make sure you just leave it closed, let it be. There's obviously a reason for it. And just remember the 3 rules of off-roading. Rule number 1, air down your tires. You're not on the road anymore, air them down. Rule number 2, no matter what you do, make sure you look cool doing it. And rule number 3, if you get stuck, see rule number 2. Alright, as you can see, we got our campsite all set up. Got the fire rolling. Got the tent all folded out. Found a nice level spot. We're about maybe a half mile down the road from the lookout, down Horse Pasture Road. You can see the main road out through here. And this is a pretty big spot. It looks like there's about 3 areas, 3 good fire rings where you could bring your buddies, or if there's other people here, you may be able to squeeze in. All right, guys, and you just saw the quick camp walkthrough. Just gonna point out a few things. There already was a little bit of a fire ring, so we built up the stones around it a little bit. Try to leave things nicer than you found them. And as you can see here, we got our trash bags. This is a pack in, pack out. You always gotta pick up after yourself. And if you find any trash that the last guys left, just pick it up. It'll make everything nicer. And make sure that places like this stay open for longer so we can enjoy them. So we're just setting up camp. We're gonna get some dinner rolling pretty soon. And then watch the sunset.
All right, it's the morning after our first night up at Horse Pasture Road. It's up pretty good. Not much rain, just a little bit of dew. But I get a lot of questions about the tent when it's folded up. Everybody's like, oh, that's actually a tent, and how big does it get and everything. So I'm 6 foot tall and change, and with a lantern in here, I can comfortably lay, not touching my head at all. I got another, another 6 to 8 inches up here. I can lay all the way down flat and not even touch the other side over there. So it does fold out to the size of a king size bed. And my only thing I would change about it is the mattress pad. It does come with a fairly firm mattress pad that's good for insulation, but we added another memory foam, 2-inch memory foam pad on top of that. And it's comfy and nice and cozy up here. All right, we got the little Coleman portable grill on the back here. Portable stove, works wonders. Got some bacon ready to go on. Got some coffee brewing right now. Gonna make a little bit of an omelet. Pack up the rest of the camp and then go explore some more wilderness.
We had such a blast exploring the Jim Timmerman Natural Resources Area and Horse Pasture Road. This 10-mile seasonal road has over 6 designated campsites that are easily accessible in a truck of 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. If you do plan to come up in a 2-wheel drive truck, just make sure that you have decent tires, air them down accordingly, keep the weight in the rear over the axles, and keep up your momentum on some of the steep parts and you'll do just fine. We only had to use 4-wheel drive on one occasion, and even that could have been easily avoidable. So get out and enjoy the Horse Pasture Road in Pickens, South Carolina. Alright, as you already know, rule number 1 of off-roading is airing down your tires. So you create a larger footprint across the bottom when they're lower, and it makes for a nice softer ride. Just make sure you do have a good way of airing them back up before you take off on the road, because once you are on the road, you're going to want them at whatever the recommended pressure is for your tire to make sure you get the best mileage and make sure they wear evenly. So just make sure you can air them back up when you air them down to go off-road. So we exited Horse Pasture Road to the south. We took Cane Creek Trail down to Shooting Ridge Trail, and we exited heading south towards Sunset, South Carolina. So we decided to head over to the Keowee-Toxaway State Park on Lake Keowee and take a little dip to cool off. Before heading home to Charleston, South Carolina, we stopped at Freddy's in Columbia for some steak burgers and frozen custard shakes.